India has become the most popular country, while if we see in the case of Japan, the population of Japan is shrinking day by day. And this is a matter of concern because such kind of dynamics can be seen into the European countries, also into the East Asian countries. And this made us to think that what are the repercussions of such decline in population. Hello and welcome to the InFocus series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today's session is about decline in population of Japan, and this made us also to think about that what is the status of India, and this session is important for your GS 3 perspective. So before moving to the news part, as you already know that we are going to discuss about that what are the repercussions we have to face when there is a decline in population, what are the data related to the Japan, and then we are also going to analyze this situation in context of the other countries, and then we'll briefly talk about the Indian context. So this is the news that Japan population fell to 120.3 million as of October 2024. Official data showed that, marking a record fall of 8,98,000 people from the previous year. And Japan birth rate is among the lowest in the world. And this is a matter of concern because it will have a huge impact on the economic growth, workforce, and it will also have a huge impact on the sustainable economy. So this is the thing. Now we are going to discuss about the as you already know that Drishti IAS has initiated ISGS Foundation course, and it is available in both the medium, Hindi medium and English medium, and it is also available in both the follow-up, which is offline mode, and the online mode. So for offline mode in the Drishti IAS Noida Center, the classes will begin for English medium by 7th of May and for Hindi medium 29th of April. And this is for the ISGS Foundation course. And this is our address C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida, and nearest metro station is Noida Sector 15. This is our calling number 87501 87501. Also for the online course, the ISGS Foundation online course is available on Drishti Learning app. So we have upgraded few features onto it, and these are the AI summary. So based on your video content, it will give you AI summary, which will be very much helpful in your quick revision. Then it is also giving you a feature, ask me a question. So while studying, if you have any doubt, you can ask a question and you can resolve your doubt. Also, there is a quiz facility, AI quiz. So if you want to examine your knowledge, you can also solve out the quiz and you can examine your knowledge. Let's move towards the discussion part. So this is about Japan population declines by over 500,000 2024. So here we can see that Japan demographic crisis depend in the 2024 as the population declined by 550,000 people, bringing the total to 123.8 million according to data released by Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications. And this marks the 14th consecutive year of population decline. So since last 14 years, what we can see that there is a constant population decline in Japan, and this highlights the challenges a country faces like labor shortages, funding its aging population's welfare, because new children are not coming to the world, and we can see that aging population numbers are increasing. Then who will work for them, and who will pay for the social security scheme which is running into the Japan for the senior citizens? So this is also one of the thing that decline in population is a major cause of major concern. Now we'll discuss about the sharp drop in Japanese national. So the biggest decline since records began in 1950, and this loss is a severe blow to Japan's tax base, as it primarily citizens contribute to the social security system, pensions and public finances. As you already know that when there will be a decline in population, then who will pay the taxes, who will pay for the social security scheme, who will pay for the pension scheme, and that will create a huge burden on the government. Then if we'll see fewer working age people, a looming labor crisis, because we had already discussed the correlation thing between that. If there will be if new population will not come up, then there will be a shortage of young population. Then who will work for the aging population? So these are the thing, and this poses a serious threat to the economic productivity, and that's why we can see that there is a projection which suggests that by 2040 Japan could face a labor shortfall up to 11 million workers according to the estimates by the Recruit Works Institute. So there will be a shortage of labor workforce, and in future we are going to witness it more. Then here we'll see that declining child population reaches record low. Japan's child population is 0 to 14 dropped 3,43,000, now standing at 13.8 million, just 11.2% of the total population. And this is a matter of concern, because if children will not born, then who will become young? So this is the thing. Fewer children today means fewer workforce tomorrow, and that's why this is a matter of concern. And this trend is reinforced by earlier reports from the Japan's Labor Ministry, which showed historic lows in birth rates despite government efforts to promote family support and incentives. If we'll see, rise in foreign resident offers some relief, because there are a lot of immigration happening in Japan, and that is giving us relief, giving Japanese to relief, because they have become a part of the Japanese workforce. But that those foreign nationals are not enough to fill the gap which Japan has created throughout the years. So this is also one of the things that is concerning. Then unemployment remains low. So here, because of the good economy, the unemployment rate in Japan is really low, and it is around, what you can say, 2.4%. It looks very nice that there is a very low rate of unemployment, but here we have to also see that there will be a tight labor market where simply aren't enough people to fill available jobs. So unemployment rate is low, so you have jobs but you do not have people, then who will work onto those vacant jobs? So this is also not sometimes a good sign. Then if you'll see that in context of the other countries, so South Korea's fertility rate inched up for the first time in the 9 years, but remains at just 0.75, far below the replacement level 2.1. In France, birth rates in 2023 declined at the fastest pace in 50 years. China is also facing shrinking population for the third year in a row, raising concern about the future growth. So if we'll talk about that in context of India, then India has also reached to the replacement level. But what we have seen that there is still time for India, and this kind of situation will come to the India after some time, and it is around, what you can say, 2055 to 2056. So India has plenty of time to think about this and to make an outline about this, so that India should not reach to these kind of the crisis. So if we'll talk about in the context of India, then India's situation is much better than these countries. So here if you'll see that what this means for the Japan's future, so might be there are chances that there can be national economic emergencies, because there will be the fewer taxpayers, shrinking workforce, and rising elderly dependency, and Japan has to urgently address such kind of the crisis situation. Then who will pay for the pension? There will be also sustenance problem in the pensions, healthcare system, and Japan need to launch fertility rates, and there should be what you can say, upgradation in the fertility rate, and Japanese government must improve their family policies, and there must be a policies which is related to the family friendly, and it should also consider its immigration reforms, so that more foreign national will come, and there will be, what you can say, filling of the gap which has been created in the Japan. So this is the thing. Now we are going to discuss about the practice question for prelims. So today we have one question which has been previously asked in our mains examination. So we are also going to discuss that, and later we are going to discuss about the practice question for prelims. What is the concept of a demographic winter? Is the world moving towards such a situation? Elaborate. So here first you have to define that what is demographic winter. So demographic winter is a situation when there is a constant decline of the population. So this is called as demographic winter. Also there is a second part, is the world moving towards such a situation? Yes. If we see the data of East Asia, if you see the data of European countries, the world is moving towards that direction. However, you can also suggest some better examples like India, that still India has a better hope into this thing. So we have to provide better family friendly policies so that we cannot reach to this demographic winter kind of the situation. Now we are going to discuss the practice question for prelims. Consider the following countries: Italy, Japan, Nigeria, South Korea, South Africa. Which of the above countries are frequently mentioned in the media for their low birth rates or aging population or declining population? 1, 2 and 4, 1, 3 and 5, 2 and 4 only, 3 and 5 only. So this is very easy one. You can easily answer into the comment section. So what is the whole conclusion of this discussion? The conclusion of this discussion is that we need to control our population, because that is very much required for any country's growth. Overpopulation is a bad sign for any country, but here underpopulation is also bad sign for any country, because there will be the shortage of labor, there will be also shortage of sustaining pension, social security scheme, there will be the shortage of the what you can say newer generation, there will be more number of elderly population, and more number of elderly population means more responsibilities and more burden on the government. So we should not reach to that level where government has to initiate for better family friendly what you can say family friendly policies, and where the government has to think about the workforce, government has to think about the filling gap which has been occurred because of the population decline. So this is the whole conclusion of the discussion, that we need to promote family friendly policies, and we should not reach to a level when there will be a constant decline in the population. So that's it for today's session. I hope you like this session. If you have any queries related to this session, kindly ask into the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.